Hello everybody. For those of you who have been following the channel for some time, or not even just for some time, just more recently, you may have noticed that Project Destiny, which is our Kerbal Space Program series, it just kind of suddenly disappeared when the game came out. So I wanted to give you an update on where the heck Project Destiny actually is and what's going on with it, because it just kind of left off on a bit of a cliffhanger. I was about to do some really cool stuff, and then nothing. The reason for that is because 1.0 was such a big release of the game that it broke everything. So I needed pretty much all of my mods to be updated and functioning with 1.0 in order for my save game not to absolutely break. Don't worry, I've got like thousands of backups of my one save game. Trust me, I'm good to go on that. And I have tried using that save game several times, and every time it just breaks every single time. It's like, oh, it's just so annoying. And right now, the two culprits are the two mods that I'm waiting for the updates on, which is B9. That's mostly because there's new part physics and stuff, and that is not updated with the new physics that are in the game. So it just kind of makes all of the stuff that I had in the game already just explode. There's ways around that, and there's ways I can fix that, but it's really technical, and the second B9 gets updated anyways, that would all be outdated, and I would have to redo the same process. So I'm just kind of waiting for that to update. And don't worry, I do follow the development of these mods fairly closely, so I'm keeping an eye on it. I know when it'll come out, and I know that they're getting really, really close, B9 in particular. The other thing is a new graphics mod that I'm working on, or that I'm working on getting, rather, because I'm not a modder. Don't trust me to mod anything. And you'll see the fruits of part of it in the background, which is the Scatterer mod. It adds atmosphere and atmospheric scattering, which means when the light hits the atmosphere, the light reflects off of the atmosphere, which is what you see in real life when you see a sunset and stuff. It's the sun reflecting off of our atmosphere, which creates that ambient light. Well, that's kind of the same idea that this mod will do, and you'll see there is an atmosphere. It looks like, oh, this planet is actually a planet. It gives the world a lot more depth, I think, and I really like the look of this mod. But the old graphics mod that I was using, the Astronomer's Visual Pack, that's just, the guy abandoned that project right when I installed it. So I don't think I'll ever see that updated, but the old one that I used, which is the KSPRC, the Kerbal Space Program Renaissance Compilation, that was probably my favorite one of all. It wasn't as sci-fi as some of the stuff that was in the Astronomer's Pack, which I'm okay with, but there were some really just good-looking things in there. And with that said, that's the one I'm waiting for right now. But because of some of the mods that I run, I need to have the right textures for them, otherwise things break when I load into the game. So I'm kind of waiting for this texture mod to come out. I'm waiting for B9 and KSPRC. Once both are out, Project Destiny will be back. That's not to say that I'm not currently playing the game. I do actually hop on the game quite a bit. I think I just passed my 320-hour mark on Kerbal Space Program, which might be one of the most played games I ever had, not counting MMOs, because I put a lot of time into MMOs, but just a single-player game. That might be the most time I've put into a single-player game that isn't a BioWare game, because I think right now Dragon Age Origins holds the record, because I've beaten that game several times. I might be moving on the 380-hour mark with Dragon Age Origins, but that doesn't really count. Anyways, I still do play Kerbal Space Program. I haven't played it much lately. One, because I'm busy, and two, because I'm waiting for these updates, and I don't want to play the game because I got all these updates, but that hasn't stopped my creativity from happening. So I've created some interesting things. I got inspired by some of the stuff that I saw on Reddit, and I made a helicopter, and I made a prop plane out of just some basic parts, and one of the mods that I run, which you guys already know, is the robotics pack. Well, there's one piece that rotates, so you can turn up the rotation speed a ton on it, and once you do that, it gets really silly, and you can actually make prop planes and helicopters and stuff. It's a lot of fun. But all I'm doing, and this is the entire point of this video, is just to say, look, I understand a lot of you liked Project Destiny. I got a lot of freaking messages since the launch of Kerbal Space Program and now, wondering when this series is coming back. Because they either want to see the story finish, which I totally understand, or they just want to see the really cool stuff that I had planned that were like coming up in the next few episodes. And I totally agree with that. So that's why I do plan on bringing it back. I'm just waiting on B9 and KSPRC. Once those are done, I'll let you guys know, and I will put the videos out as soon as I possibly can. We are getting a little ridiculously busy going into the summer. We have a lot of stuff planned. This next week, we have Batman Arkham Knight coming out, and I will be doing videos with Garrick on that. I already have Witcher and Dragon Age, and, you know, obviously I plan on doing Project Destiny again, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. I mean, it's hard to tell with modding and the modding scene, but it looks like the next couple of weeks is a pretty good bet for, you know, a release window from them. And then, of course, we have some stuff that we want to work on for the, you know, coming up into the fall, and I got to check out the Star Wars stuff again. That's just, I'm really busy, not to mention the fact that I'm still doing Heroes of the Storm guides, and I still want to finish them. If you've wondered why, like, they're not being consistent at the moment, it's because Blizzard servers aren't consistent with a few ISPs, including Time Warner Cable and Charter, and we have Charter. So there's nights where I'll go get on to record some background footage for these guides, and I'm getting like 800 to 14,000 ping, and it's just like I can't play with this. And it's really unfortunate. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and oftentimes when I go to record, it's been for the past couple weeks, it just gets laggy. So like Saturday and Sunday are complete washes as far as the guides are concerned. I have plenty of the scripts written out, I'll tell you what, I'm ready to get those done. I just need background footage, so typically I get around to it either Tuesday or Wednesday when I get back into it, but yeah, you don't need to know any of those dirty details other than that I'm still working on those guides and they are still coming out. You just need to be a bit patient with those, especially if you're just now getting into Heroes of the Storm. Those guides will definitely ramp up as we get into the Eternal Conflict stuff at the end of the month, because that's just going to make me play Heroes of the Storm even more, which will actually give me a lot more background footage because I'll just naturally be recording. But with that being said, I just wanted to update you guys on the Kerbal Space Program stuff. I felt kind of bad just not like going completely silent on it for a while. But now you know, it's still coming. I just need 2 mods. And it's kind of frustrating that I'm relying on 2 mods, but that's the way of it when you mod games sometimes and rely on it for a video series. With that being said, though, I'll see you guys next time.